Hello, and welcome. I'm not Save with Crypto. Of course, I'm Maff, the sidekick, I suppose. I shouldn't call myself that. I really shouldn't. And Save will be along in just a minute or so. He's nearly there. Let's just check who's watching. There seems to be, so there are people watching on the Save with Crypto YouTube channel, which is great. Welcome. There's currently nobody watching on the Maftopia YouTube channel, which is okay, and a few people watching on X as well, so welcome to everyone. I think actually Save has just posted saying, hi everyone, I'm a bit late, hopefully Maff can start the stream, hopefully. Can he though? That's the question. Otherwise, I'll see you in a few minutes. And I do hope you can hear me, because I rushed in here at the start, so I didn't do like a sound check or check the settings. It's going to do that kind of now. It looks like the sound's probably okay. Fairly sure that it is. So yeah, while we're waiting for Save, we could probably actually just dig into the charts a little bit. I did want to say the update to Quadzilla that kind of promised last week, with the additional kind of fixed time frame thing you can add, that's definitely still on its way. Just had a horrendously busy week, so I haven't just been able to put the finishing touches and testing and so on to that just yet, but it's totally on its way. It's imminent. So yeah, let's have a quick look at this then. So Bitcoin on the daily, I think, I don't know if anyone's noticed, but there's been all sorts of very contradictory kind of narratives about the direction Bitcoin is likely to take soon, and kind of coming up and so on. So it's kind of I think it's very much, it's kind of on a bit of a knife edge, really. I think no one really knows for sure if we're going to get another surge to the upside or a big old drop to the downside, or more of this like kind of crab motion that we've had lately. So let's have a look. So as you can see on here, so on the daily, as I was saying, we did have this super down signal that popped up. That was back on the 7th of May, and that was a bit of the sort of harbinger. How do you say that? Harbinger, whatever. It was. It presaged the this kind of downward trend that just got on there. Oh, actually, it's just saying, sorry, stuck in traffic, might be 5 or more minutes. That could be anything. 5 or more minutes. That could be 50 minutes. So let's see. Anyway, I'm sure it won't be 50 minutes. And so yes, so we basically got that sort of impulsive move up. It hit the was that, I think it's a 200 daily, isn't it? Yeah, the 200 daily moving average, and just kind of bounced off it. Really, just failed to hit to the upside of that, which is kind of what we would expect if that marks the top of the the sort of relief rally that we tend to see following the bull cycle high. So that's kind of happened. So in terms of the sort of repeated 4-year narrative, then we would expect there to just be pretty much downside now, and just slight kind of recoveries and bits of infighting among the bears and bulls and so on the way down, but generally down overall. That's how it usually plays out. But is this time different? So let's have a look. Not many comments in the chat. We don't normally get a few. So hi everyone. Anyone thinking about commenting? That'd be pretty grand if you do. So yeah, not normally Scotty's there. Where are you at, Scotty? And it's funny when you're a regular kind of viewer, attendee, or whatever on here, then we start to take it for granted, I think, that you're going to be there. So must be careful not to do that. So yeah, what we also have on here, it's actually a whole bunch of lines, really. Let's see. Yeah, probably quite a significant thing on that is the fact that we had this retracement level, the bearish one, that started to plot up here. Is that it was actually 3 in a row. Look at that. So there's definitely some confluence just there, and that also kind of marked in along with that kind of area of liquidity just there, and just kind of skewered pretty much to the middle of it ish. And so that was it up at 8 or 9K. Will we see that that kind of level again, and in the current bear market? Not sure if we actually will, because and then the other half of that is this bullish retracement level down here. We started plotting down at 68.8, and so especially given how that market structure is playing out there, drew that yellow line there, and then coming down that side, we'd definitely kind of expect to see that something like that playing out. It just seems so symmetrical and obvious, so yeah, it just seems, I don't know, it just seems like more downside to come before upside, I think. So yeah, let's see. Oh, getting instructions from the like signals coming in from the mothership. Can you have a look to see if last Friday's CME gap closed? Yeah, we can do. I'll just cover this in a sec, and you might actually be nearly back in any case, just parking at a hasty weird angle and then just leaving the car door open, just running up the stairs to join the live stream. Actually, that's how I picture it. So but then the thing with this also, we've got that, so there and there, and then the midway point between the two, because when you get that sort of pattern with the bullish and the bearish retracements that way round, then Quadzilla also draws in this retracement channel, and the 50%, like kind of like the fair value level within that fair value range, really, is a point where the price tends to gravitate towards. You can kind of see there just how it's in fact has done that. It's kind of oscillated, obviously rejected off that 50% level there, come up above it, and you might have one might have expected it to do that again to get kind of above that line. Above that line, but it's kind of didn't even get close to it. It's not even like it rejected. It just kind of didn't make it. So that's fairly bearish in its own right. There's just like bulls kind of running out of steam on that one. So yeah, in terms of like oscillating around that midline, there's been a certain amount of that. Just take this out. Delete. So yeah, what can we expect then, sort of coming further down? Oh, actually this, yeah. So this level, because that daily retracement level was obviously drawn in from kind of all the way back there is where it started plotting, and 62.5, and all the way back in October 2024, and that's a fairly long range prediction on that particular one. The price came down, just kind of hit there, and so I suspect if I do this a bit. In fact, maybe oh yeah, sorry, yeah, I suspect that one is going to continue to be relevant. It might even be somewhere that the price comes down to and potentially bounces off. I think is that going to be the bear market bottom? I suspect the price will go lower than that, like maybe to sort of maybe upper 40s, around about 50k maybe. But in the meantime, yes, we've got this happening, got that one happening. So could see something like that. As I was saying, that the price has bounced away a bit there at the moment, but if sort of see that come down to there, and then might see a bounce, so something like that, and then maybe whatever happens there, hopefully not like a dead cat bounce and then down. Hopefully it's more of a bounce. If it's a double bottom, that'd be nice. Like so. But we'll get all sorts of confirmations or whatever's invalidations and so on that closer to the time, I think. We could look at on the similar topic. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's bring in if I bring one of these, so that I mentioned about the Quadzilla time frame things. This one's on the 4 hour, but what I wanted to do is just set this to the to the daily, which is the time frame we're currently on. Like so they should just match up exactly with what it's with the retracements that it's currently drawing, and then I was just going to zip down to the 4 hour, and so now we still have the those daily retracement levels drawn in white, and also now we've got the 4 hour ones as well, which creates an interesting sort of picture on that. So it does give us a bit more of an insight into how low that price might drop down to, because you kind of see how if we do see a bounce, maybe at this level, the probability is going to be that it reaches obviously the nearest retracement level, at least. I was going to say the nearest one first, but I think that's a fairly 100% probability it's going to reach this one before it reaches that one or that one. Yeah, but probability is highest that it will at least get to that one, and then whatever. Probability is also very high that it's going to get to that one, and then probability, I think, is still pretty high that it'll get down to that one as well. So, you know, a whole bunch of scenarios there. Hey Kaz, welcome. Sneaks in the back as usual. Well, that's pretty much what I think Save is trying to do at the moment. He's stuck in traffic, and so he's saying he might need another 5 minutes. What is that emoji? Is that like a poo emoji, but it's like looks like a sherbet flavor or something. I dread to think what's intended by that. So yeah, let's bring booze to brew. What am I doing? I think I probably undid too many things there. Oh well. Zap that one. So, and then while we're still kind of looking at the, oh yeah, I undid go into the 4 hour chart. That's great. Zip back to that. I was just going to say, while we're still kind of looking at the long-term-ish, oh, jelly. I've seen that before. It's a jelly emoji. Okay, isn't that a bit too close to the poo emoji? I think that's it's a bit disturbing. So anyway, mind you, what they tend to put in jelly these days is it's probably not that far off. So sorry, just did that. Just spotted that on the 4 hour, we do have that green bar that's just kind of lit up. I don't know if that was just now or if that was already there. So yeah, that's quite promising, as long as that can stay there. And I think that the reason why it's done that is down here on the momentum oscillator. You can see so the red, the fastest moving of the 4 momentum oscillators, the stochastics, is that. So it came down, bounced, came up, and it also the white, which is kind of like the weighted average, like weighted towards the slower moving of the 4, the slowest moving, took its time catching up, and is just in the process. Didn't really see that. No, what I should probably do is that one, isn't it? Yeah. So see that a bit better. So the white is kind of in the process of curving round, hasn't kind of quite got all the way around yet. It's just kind of level. But whereas the red just zipping about like a crazy thing, it's just kind of it reacted, and it's surging quite strongly to the upside. The yellow one is just the RSI I've got layered on top, and when 3 of the 4 quad stochastics curve round down here in oversold, then you get a green bar. It's basically kind of how that's calculated. And so, because it suggests there's a strong possibility of a market reversal there and a move to the upside. So that's quite an important read in terms of just like, so which direction are we heading, and then what's going to happen here? So yeah, it's interesting. Just kind of spotted that. If the whites can kind of like turn totally up, and then they both kind of come up above oversold, then I think that could be a pretty strong signal. Similarly, the EMAs up here on the chart, which is a bit more of a kind of direct read of the market activity, really. They're sloping down quite strong. Well, I suppose it's like it's almost like playing with statistics, isn't it? In the sense that here they look as if they're coming down quite steeply, but if we do that and that, then they're actually quite shallow. That's okay. So, but I suppose looking at it this way, that I'd say they're coming down fairly steeply. You can kind of see from the way the price has just plummeted there anyway. So that could be one of these sort of rocket down and a sharp reversal. Excuse me. Except that isn't quite what's happened just yet. I think that could be a sort of Elliott wave style, just impulsive move down, correction, impulsive move down, correction. And I think we would kind of need I don't know, for that to work out. Yeah, we kind of need the price just to draw that in a bit, maybe ignoring that bit. So sharp move down, slight sort of bear flag type of thing there, sharp move down, slight sort of bear flag thing forming there. Depends if it does more of that. That one, that one kind of did do that. So then if this can just kind of form a bit of a support base there, then for a bit, then we could start to see that start to grind to the upside. Otherwise, especially if we see some sort of like toward wick and rejection just there, and it's just slapped back down again to the downside, then it could welcome just complete that retracement level, which, to be honest, I would say is pretty likely, or in probability terms. So I think we have a save with crypto has entered the room. So, hello. Do you need sound? Are you there? We do now. Yes.
Okay, brilliant. Okay.
Yes.
So sorry about that. I really am sorry. I'll make my excuses later, but yeah, thank you for taking over. And but we were listening in the car, and that was my daughter leaving the comments, hence the weird emojis.
Yeah, trying to work those out. So there's I'm not even sure what that is. Is it a alien with pink, with their equivalent of pink eye or something?
I think it's just a pink pile of shit, actually.
Is that just your artistic appraisal of the emoji?
I don't know. I just blame these teenagers, really.
Yeah, and then that one Kaz identified as I think a jelly emoji.
Oh, was it? Okay,
which is interesting. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so just talk about this, about the just trying to find a direction really that the price is going to head in. So it might be sort of down that way, and just talk about that. That looks a bit Elliott wavy in the way that's coming down, and the EMAs are also strongly suggesting that we're just going to see kind of downside, basically further downside,
right?
Or some sort of leveling off accumulation there. Before it starts to grind to the upside, really. Particularly notable was it all the way down there, because that's such a steep drop. The price is well below the 9, well, not well below it. It was consistently below the 9 EMA, rejecting off it as it came down. So that, and notice that the green bar, as in a strong market reversal signal, had lit up for the current 4 hour. But let me just delete some of these so we can actually see what's happening.
I'm just going to find my cup of tea. I put it somewhere. I can't remember where.
Okay. So yeah, so that is, I should delete that one. Yeah, I think that it's just pretty likely that's going to come down to there, and then maybe kind of wick down and touch that one. That could well then be the catalyst to bounce off there. So what we can do is look at where that one came from. Move that across. So this was one that started to draw back in mid-April. Gosh, yeah. And so is that a cup of tea that you stopped to make once you'd got back, or is it a now stone cold cup of tea from earlier this morning?
It's not very warm, actually. I mean, I wasn't gone that long.
Okay.
It's a trip I used to do quite a lot when my daughter went to see one of her friends, and I always used to pick her up at like midnight, and there was no traffic. And of course, like today, it was like bloody rubbish. Anyway, so.
Yeah. Misjudged that one a little bit.
I did rather. I'm so sorry.
Oh well, that's right. Yeah, so that's that. And I'm gonna have to close the window. Someone just started up like drilling or something outside. That means I'm going to suffocate pretty soon. So if I start to turn blue or something, go like, then tap on the glass, just say, "Oi, open the window." So yeah, I'll probably start hallucinating at that point. The oxygen deprivation. Might well imagine that you're tapping on the glass or something. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, I've dwelt on that for quite a long time. I think people are probably a bit bored of that one now. I'll just quickly zip down to the what do I want to look at? The weekly one here. Checking on this kind of long-term pattern, really. Switch these off. Zap and zap. And just for a moment, drop it and go zoink. Yeah. Oh, what else needs to be switched off there? That one. Okay. Yeah. So essentially, yeah. What are we looking at? That there is the 350 daily. Not sure. I'm just going to remove that one. Don't know if it's particularly relevant to this. We could bring in the 50. Because I think that's going to turn out to be relevant, and the 200 that we're looking at just now, always kind of relevant. And yeah, so I saw it mentioned on the, can't really say the Twitter sphere or on crypto Twitter anymore. I mean, just on Cryptox. Saw it mentioned on Cryptox that the 200 daily and the 50 daily are scheduled in. They filled out the right forms and so on to meet and to maybe cross sometime next week. So they've been officially sanctioned to allow them to. So if that happens, because it does seem to happen. Well, quite often, per cycle, I think. But I think sort of like the first crossing during the opening of the bear market, that the bear phase of the 4-year cycle tends to be quite significant. Like, to illustrate that, we probably. I was going to talk about these, being kind of see what's happening there. Boink, 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 boink. So yeah, I'm just going to jump back to this chart just because it's got a bit more of a price history on it. But on here, still on the weeklies, so we can kind of see. And also, if I just bring in the Bitcoin cycle highs and lows indicator, which I still need to republish because TradingView banned it because because it's too damn awesome, I think. And essentially, yeah, that. So what I wanted to do is have a look at some of these previous cycles and just kind of see what's happened between the 200 daily and the 50 daily. So in this case, just like right now, if it's looking like they're going to cross, like so in other words, basically, because the 200 has been like zooming downhill quite rapidly for something as long term like as the 200, and the 50 has been kind of rushing up to meet it. And is it like matter and antimatter? Like what's going to happen when they touch? So this the previous 4-year cycle, when it hit its peak, we saw a similar sort of thing happen at the, or did we? Oh, you know what? That's an interesting one. Well, that's just smashed my narrative out of the swamp, isn't it? So that was kind of the 50 up on that was just doing something completely different. It was just like the 200 didn't even get up kind of high enough for that same sort of thing to happen. But maybe that's not the bit I should probably be focusing on. Just say what happened. Oh yeah. Sorry, you know what? That it is the same. So the same thing happened here. The 50 was up high because of course it would be. The 200 is catching up. They hit the peak. The 50 dropped below the 200 again on the way down, just rushing ahead. And now there's been that bounce, and the 50 is now coming back up. So keeping that in mind, back here, we had that on the way up, the 50 overtook 200, hit the peak. 50 is now coming back down, crossed down below the 200. And I hope these lines are actually visible on the chart, on the screen share, by the way. A bit of that. So I can make them lighter if they're not. But in any case, so in the last cycle, the 200 came down pretty much kind of like how it is now. The 50 bottomed out and then came up. When the 50 crossed above 200, that happened, which is nice. But is that a regular thing? Is that like kind of is that a case of history repeating itself every 4 years? So we could check that, because it'd be very compelling to look at that and say, oh wow, we've got that to look forward to starting from next week. Bitcoin's gonna, where do they cross? Just I didn't plan that out very well, did I? It's off the chart. But that's already, just even that bit, it's 262% gain. So Bitcoin is going to explode off the chart if they, when they cross over next week. But just really. So if we have a look further back, then to like this one, so 2017. So we had different shape to it. Let's do that so it shows up. That's better. Now it's a similar shape. But I don't know, even so, the 50 kind of took it crossed above 200, rushed on up ahead. The price peaked 2017 December and came back down. The 50 rushed back down while the 200 is rushing up to meet it. They crossed there and then like crossed below, and then down into the crypto winter. And the price is already starting to come up. It's kind of straddling the 50 MA at that point. But then it's only really there where the 50 crossed above the 200 and they headed strongly to the upside. The price headed strongly to the upside. Not to the next cycle high, of course, but there was kind of a nice peak. So in this particular case, let's do that again just to get that back. So from the cross, it had that was like 197%. So not to be sniffed at, for a little bonus run in the middle of the bear market. So potentially that could happen again. But significantly, that did mark out not so much the bear market bottom, but the fact that it had already happened. You know, like not so long previous. Well, actually, a fair number of weeks previously. And so we've got correlation so far. If we go back to the previous one, so 2013, is this one going to match up? So 50 MA, 50 daily MA headed up, and kind of they interact a bit there because there was all that just accumulation ranging going on. But in any case, it had obviously crossed above. So peaked, came back down. So the 50 crossed below the 200 again, and boink. This time it was a bit that time rather it was a bit different because it didn't mark the bottom of the bear market. In fact, not by quite a long way. And in fact, when that came up, it crossed, but the price is still on its way down. So yeah, from that one, it was only like let me do it. Yeah, where did it actually cross? It's just there. It only really got it to there, didn't it? So it's 3%, 3.4%. Whoa, we're all going to be rich, you know. So yeah, that one then, the 2013 thingamajigs 4-year cycle thing, it didn't quite work out as you know, in terms of that thing. Could probably go back further, but that's probably labouring the point a bit if we do that. So this one that's happening now then, is it going to be like a 2021 and 2017 crossover, or is it going to be like the 2013 crossover, where it's a bit of a damp squib? So, but the last two occurrences of that have been pretty explosive. They've been explosive squibs. So, what is a squib? Is that like the thing used to light a musket or something like that? Not really sure.
I don't know. I've never actually thought, actually.
No, I hadn't until that moment. If anyone in the chat knows, I'd be interested to know. So I could just look it up, I suppose. So that's that. Yeah, so
sorry, it says in firearms, it's a dangerous malfunction where a bullet gets stuck in the barrel of a gun because the propellant fails to generate enough force to push it out all the way.
Oof. Okay. Why is that dangerous? Is that because they may not have realised and they put the next cartridge or bullet into it? Well, the next powder. No, you talk about bullets, don't you? They didn't evacuate.
Oh, I suppose really, if your gunpowder goes off and there's a bullet stuck in the barrel, then your gun's going to explode, isn't it, in your face?
Well, yeah. So it's the second one, the second bullet they put in next, thinking that the other one had left.
Yeah.
And like sort of they may have assumed that they just missed or something. So, but it's still in the gun. So, sorry, this is probably getting your channel utterly shadow banned. Talking about that. But,
yeah. Hang on. So Wikipedia.
So what's the squib?
Well, Wikipedia says something a little bit different. It says a squib is a miniature explosive device used in a wide range of industries and applications, from special effects to the military. It resembles a tiny stick of dynamite, both in appearance and construction, but has considerably less explosive power. A modern squib includes 2 electrical leads, blah, blah, blah. So I suppose we should do an etymology channel, actually. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Anyway, I can't. Oh, yeah, right. Origin of the phrase damp squib. While most modern squibs used by professionals are insulated from moisture, older uninsulated squibs need to be kept dry in order to ignite. Thus, a damp squib was literally one that failed to perform because it got wet. Often misheard as damp squid, the phrase damp squib has since come in general use to mean anything that fails to meet expectations. The word squib has come to take on a similar meaning, even when used alone, as a diminutive comparison to a full explosive. There you go.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah, it's because like it's squibby. But I can't believe who would. I mean, I know it's a homonym, whatever. But like, who would say damp squid? That's just ridiculous.
Oh, it's
like people
say,
you know.
What's the classic one that people say?
There's probably a few.
There's quite a few. It'll come to me, but there's one that people always say, and it's so wrong.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, I mean, a etymology sort of series of episodes, something would be quite good. I mean, I was just trying to think if there's a way to wrangle that into Maftopia or something. It actually like the science of language, such as some or language progression and things, something along those lines.
Yeah, but probably. I mean, the thing I hear quite a lot now is like the word decimated used wrong. You know.
Yes. Yeah.
But in fact, it's actually been used wrong so much now that, you know, I think the Oxford Dictionary actually says, okay, its original meaning has been lost, so people will use that to mean something that's been, you know, destroyed almost, or like, you know.
But used by people who didn't understand what they were talking
it's been used like that so much that has become the meaning of it. So because it's getting used for that is now the meaning, you know. But
it's quite literally, isn't it? Just but it's a sad state of affairs, I think, because it kind of means that the spoken language and written language, I suppose, is driven by morons. It's just people who are mistaken.
Yeah,
it's just mistake driven language progression.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, but so literally is one of those as well, because people just now mean that to mean very. But I think the problem with decimated is the fact that it sounds like quite an intense word. It doesn't just sound like something that's reduced by 10%. You know.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, if you was like, you know, prices decimated in the shop, you know, you think, my God, they're really cheap, you know, and you think, oh, it's just like 10% off. It's like nothing, you know. I remembered actually that the word that I often mishear used is, you know, if you say to someone, are you going to go to that concert or whatever? And they said, no, I can't because I'm brassic, right? Meaning they have no money. And people actually say brassic, like as if it's like brass.
Oh yeah, yeah. I actually thought you said brassic. So they say brassy, like brassy.
Well, they say
a bit brassy.
they say brassic, like BRASSIC. Do you know what it's supposed? Do you know what it's supposed to be and where it comes from?
I don't, because I genuinely thought that brassic was the right term.
Okay.
So now I'm a moron.
Yeah, no, it's right. It's a really common one. But a lot of people associate brass with money, so therefore not having money, they think, oh, that's some kind of like brassic, you know, meaning I haven't got any brass. It's actually Cockney rhyming slang, so you should know that, being Welsh. No, so you should know that, being you know, from London type places. It's boracic lint. It's actually Cockney rhyming slang, boracic lint, meaning skint. And that's all it is. It's actually boracic. BORRI. Boras. Can't spell it now, but anyway, however you spell boracic. I don't know what boracic lint is, but it's boracic lint, skint, and that's it. That's where it comes from. That's one of the most
really fascinating one. Actually,
that is one of the most common, whatever they're called.
Right. Oh, we have a heckler in the crowd.
Well, like Bom dia, Space Catty. I forgot we have Portuguese viewers. Yeah, we're talking absolute nonsense at the moment. Don't worry about it.
Talk about guns. I for a second thought I was in a random American stream. Yeah,
Almost,
I actually,
almost.
I mean, I shouldn't reveal too much about one's personal politics, but having said that, I do think it's important that a government is at least mildly afraid of its population. I think so. So just from that point of view, I think there's certain amount to be said about that whole thing, but not wanting to open up too much of a nest of worm viper things about that. So yeah. Anyway, what should we do next? What should we look at? So we've covered the etymology of Brassic and a bunch of other things. So what other trading related stuff should we look at?
Yeah, and we know what a squib is as well now.
Yeah, and also why the jelly emoji is so similar to the poo emoji. More questioning it really. It's just it looks like a sherbet flavored version of that, which is just disturbing.
That's it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, what should we look at next?
Did you look at the 1 hour time frame on Bitcoin at all?
No. Was I supposed to?
Did you look at the 1 hour time frame at all on Bitcoin?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Just switch off.
No, it's just I just had to be flicking through a few time frames, and we did just get a super up actually at 8 o'clock this morning. So I don't know if that's going to give like a little bit of relief. I'm not sure. I think it'd be quite short-lived if it is, but nevertheless, yeah, because I really want to get into a short, but I just want to see it pump up a little bit and then just try and find a top and then sort of short from there really, because I know it won't be great short because unlike some people, I didn't short from 82k, like I should have done.
Was there anything on here that was telling us that you should have done? That's probably ancient history now, isn't it? 82k.
Well, it's shoulda, woulda, coulda, sort of. There was.
I was just wondering about any signals on here or anything that may tell us.
I mean,
but in any case, gosh, yeah, that's another bit of fuel to the fire of. You're going to tell me that's wrong now, aren't you? Saying fuel to the fire. So
no, because I don't know.
Yeah. So essentially, yeah. So because talking earlier about just like potentially finding a direction or whatever, and sorry, I'm so easily distracted. Oh my gosh. Sorry, Space Catty just saying. Did you guys know there's an organization that votes? Yeah. I can't remember what they're called. Something like the Council of the emoji council thing. So yeah, Unicode, because it's basically it is a big deal when they add emojis, because like the Unicode character encoding thing, which is kind of encompassed now I think by UTF-8, is essentially, it means like adding that in, and then all over the place anything like fonts have to be updated to include those. Any display software or whatever that's kind of displaying anything, has to be added in, so they support that particular encoding, and so on. So yeah.
So I suppose they're all sitting around thinking, right, we've got a picture of a pink turd.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this going to be relevant? And like,
yeah, exactly.
That's quite hilarious.
Because I remember that there was controversy when the poo emoji was added. I think at the time it's like, but now it's everywhere. Unfortunately. So yeah, okay. Interesting thing that's on the 1 hour. That's just kind of left over, isn't it, from my scribblings. Super up, lovely. We do have the trend shield that has just in the next bar along. It suddenly started kind of highlighting. It's fairly transparent, so it's just saying, hey, there's a little bit of potential downside, but it's not like utterly convinced. But then and there was a gap. There's a candle between those two where there was no downward trend shield. So the trend shield being kind of like a caution signal. It's not like a do it signal. It's just more of a sort of careful now kind of a thing. So Yeah, again, like just him with a 9 EMA, always on about the 9 EMA. But you notice here, the way down, the price is kind of toying with that. It kind of broke above slightly, rejected back below it, and just didn't manage to get above the 9 EMA all the way down. And now here, now the price is accumulating on the 1 hour still, it's still been really unable to get above there. So I think that's going to be a significant thing. Once it manages that, then obviously there's going to be liquidity there, slightly downward, slightly pessimistic view of it. But yeah, if it gets above there, then you could well see the prices come back to that level. That thin grey line is a 12-minute retracement, and so, God damn it, sorry, getting just unneighborly Tourette's, I think, but because that drilling has stopped, but like more than one petrol-powered head strimmer has started up. They're just like dotted around, just oh God.
I think you need
the absolute hell of living in a well-tended neighborhood. I'm telling you.
Yeah. You need a little cottage in the middle of nowhere, don't you? I think, you know.
I do, yeah. But everything just go overgrown. I don't care. Just thorns everywhere, and just I don't know. I was going to go a bit dodgy then. Sleeping princesses. That's what we want.
Yeah. Wake up occasionally.
Yeah. So if we continue that, the 12-minute one, you can kind of see how here, but like up on the 1 hour, that then formed support for a fair amount of time. That became resistance a bit. And then you can kind of see where there were signs it's just weakening. It's going to break down, plop, and down it went. But I suspect that coming back up, also not least because that does line up with that area of liquidity just there. So depending how it reacts to that level there, might see that. If it gets up, it might. The next reaction level might well be that one, which is kind of around 74.8. And then we have further retracements up here. It's great when we get this kind of agreement between the just retracements on different time frames. So on this one, 76.4 on the 1 hourly, and then below that, not far below, there's virtually the same level, pretty much, give or take, from the 12-minute. So that's kind of worth keeping in mind. And let's click on a thing. That's okay. And what's that line? Is that? Oh no, that's just the price top there. So in effect, because we've also got those two retracements, I see stopped out there, but same sort of thing. They continue to be relevant. Let me just draw that one in as well, just because. So, going by the only way is up kind of narrative. So we could well see the price. So assuming that happens, is upwards. So the next point of resistance really is going to be that level, but also then those as well. So you could see kind of that, whether it's going to be a violent rejection or not. I suspect the violent rejection would be that active retracement level, which is at 76.4, as I mentioned. So in which case we've got kind of it's a little bit order blocky. Is it really that whole? No, not there. That whole area there, really. Just coming through, sort of that. I think so. We could see some rejections off that area. The price just kind of dipping into there, and then back down. Depending how far down it comes, maybe to there, maybe to there, maybe down to there. Before it can even think about kind of coming up and attempting again. It's just going to be blocked by short orders, passive short orders within there. So yeah, we'll see some reactions at those levels. If the price capitulates and heads down, then that's a whole other scenario, whole other story. But look at it from a positive point of view. I think even room to the upside is going to be a bit stormy. I think it's going to be a bit of a difficult road going out that way.
But you never know. I mean, to me, that's like a really obvious place to short, isn't it? But I assume everyone else is thinking. Yeah. So I assume everyone else is thinking that as well, aren't they? So in which case, it'll probably just smash through it and wreck everyone.
There is that. Yeah, for sure. In which case, we'll be looking at more. Where did that one come from? 78, even.
Yeah.
When you say smash through, do you mean just kind of to the moon and beyond?
Not to the moon, but maybe to that red retracement.
That sort of level.
Yeah. Imagine
78.3.
Yeah. So at which point it does that, and then people start going long. Then they all get trapped as it comes down, and it's just devastation.
Yeah.
That's what I think will happen.
Space Cutty. Me who bought Bitcoin on 74.8, I got decimated twice. Ouch.
Well, that's not 20% though, is it? That's like 10% of 10%, which is
Also, if you, I think
no,
that's
it's
the price is the price down at 73.4.
90%.
Yeah. did that stop out, Space Catty, or are you still hoping for the price to come back up to get back above water? I would think generally the good trade, I guess, isn't just a trade. It's a series of trades. It's a process, like a set of patterns or whatever, which would obviously kind of involve just Count Duck Egg, saying I'm easily distracted.
Oh.
It's just afternoon. Hello. Welcome.
And, you for a while. That's good. Cool.
Yeah, actually, yeah. All right, Space Cat is saying, I'm still holding up. I do believe we'll go up sooner or later, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah. In which case, unless it's like a kind of life-changing kind of trade or something like that. I mean, in the fact that it might blow your account or something, but do consider just setting a stop loss. And there's maybe there or slightly below there, so 72.4 or something like that. We'll just go to the 4 hour for a sec. Blimey, on the 4 hour, that's 71.8. Becoming a very messy chart, isn't it? On this one. And also on the 4 hour, we've actually got, what's kind of interesting is that the 50% level there, the fair value level range thing of that retracing channel, also exactly matched up with that retracing level from all the way back there. So there's all sorts of things here suggesting that, mind you, 4 hour, that's got a green bar now as well. I was going to say all sorts of things suggesting it might come down here first. But there is general, there's upside in the air, isn't there? Whatever that means. Up is generally in the air. So, can't really be too wrong saying that. But, yeah. Just expect bounces, for the price. If the price is going to head up, but also I just feel like maybe that's not just going to necessarily do. The prevalent direction don't necessarily going to be there straight away. We might well see a bit of that, maybe a sharp wick down to there. Excuse me, but we'll see. Yeah. Anything else to look at? I think I've probably predicted just about every possible price movement, so I think it's sufficiently covered. Whatever the price does. But as often say, it's so much about confirmations and things and just different scenarios. And so, like, if this happens, then expect that to happen. That sort of thing. So
yeah. I'm still looking at Tesla because I've still got my Tesla shares.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Look at that.
yeah, if you look at it on something like the daily time frame, you see it's quite cool actually.
Yeah. Sure. I'll flip to that just now. Just say Space Catty. I have a cluster indicator. It says in 15-minute scale, the price will hang out around 74 to 75, 58% of the time. Let's see. Thank you for those. Interesting. It gives you a percent thing. So, all right, should we jump to that? So, not forgetting Tesla. Just jump to this for a second for Space Catty.
I can't remember when we were last talking about this. Was it about a week ago? Or was it something like that, wasn't it? So,
what? Talk about what? Sorry.
We were talking about the price of Tesla, I think. It just
okay. Yeah, I was just saying I'll flip to that in a second, but just for Space Catty, is going to have a quick look at the 15-minute.
All right. What's
the price may hang out around 74 to 75k. Okay. Let's draw that in.
Do we know what a cluster indicator is? I don't.
It sounds a bit negative, to be honest. 74 cents. Oh, 74 is all the way there, isn't it? So it's 74 and 75. Let's draw that out a bit more. But there isn't. Close enough for the purpose of this. Then if we can do that. Okay, yeah, I mean, the top of it, I mean, we just happened to on the 15, well, I suppose you mentioned the 15. The top of it is not that far off that retracement level, which was kind of that. And I guess maybe because there's been a whole bunch of liquidity there, we could probably bring in the VRVP. VRVP. Zoink. Yeah. The thing about this is it varies, isn't it? So, like, see if I do that, you get a different read. But I don't know. That said, it's not that different. I just disproved what I was saying in demonstrating it. But I suppose, yeah, because in terms of where this has been going, most of the time, to be honest, don't really need the VRVP, I'd say, because you can kind of see that there's that cluster of liquidity just there of the order volume that was kind of building, and there'll still be passive orders just waiting to be kind of, well, there'll be open orders, sorry, just waiting to be closed on there when the price comes up. So the price will probably gravitate up to there as indicated by the VRVP and its point of control. So very likely in that sense to get it to 75.8 and a big gap there because the price just plummeted down. So we might well expect to see a similar sort of sharp reversal of that, a sharp retrace of that coming up to here, and then so the order block that I think I deleted, and that's just 74, 75 range, was not far off that, I think. So might well see the price bounce off the bottom of that range a few times, I think, before it comes back up in and eats up the liquidity that's within that range, that range there, basically, which is, of course, that range. So, yeah. So good luck with your cluster indicator. I think it's I don't know. Yeah, I think that seems pretty valid, to be honest. So yeah, but it's all down, it's the same, down to confirmation. If the price just does the opposite, if it drops down, be prepared to just be stopped out and just don't hang on to it. Just survive to trade another hour, minute, day, whatever. So Tesla, should go to Tesla. Let's go to stocks.
It's the NASDAQ one I normally look at.
Okay. Tesla. There's a lot on the chart. Should we switch off a few things?
What time frame's that?
I mean, it's on the 15, so it's a little bit kind of zoomed in. Should go to the daily, maybe.
You go the daily, because
Yeah.
I can't remember when we were talking about this, but
yeah.
But I think it was heading towards 400, I think, or it might have been at 400. But look how beautiful that retracement worked.
Where are we looking?
The one that
actually, let me just switch off that daily.
Went up to on the 11th of May. I can't remember when we were talking about it though.
March, April, May. Oh, okay, not far off. So, March,
yeah. So you got that red. They got the red bearish retracement there, and it kind of just went up like perfectly there, didn't it? And then came down.
Yeah, wow. And, that's lovely, actually. Yeah. Similarly, these the super ups have been pretty good on there as well. I mean, that one was just about right, by a hair's breadth. But then I mean, that one in particular was just very much just like, yeah, we're going to see upside, and yeah, just kind of off it went. That really. So, I mean,
so I don't know.
Well, I'm just to correct that. It was that, wasn't it? Really, yeah. So, yeah.
Because I was going to sort of just dump my bag at about like 440 or so, but now I don't know. It's looking quite good to me now. I mean, even on like the 3-day time frame, we've got like on the 3-day, you've got a nice 21 and 55 EMA cross, and I'm just wondering if, with all this SpaceX thing, sort of, on the strength of all that happening, maybe like just the price of Tesla might just increase. And I think I heard something the other day vaguely as I was driving along, someone talking about, SpaceX and Tesla getting combined together somehow. I'm not sure if that's a good idea, but
no, it's a weird sort of not quite a monopoly, but there's still something a little bit kind of almost unnerving about it.
Yeah. I mean,
probably to do with the AI side of it. I think the AI and batteries. Mind you, they're not going to have battery-powered rockets, are they?
Electric rockets, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Just spin the wheels really, really fast.
They just never get off the ground, would they? They're too damn heavy,
Why can't they have electric rockets? I know there's no like equal and opposite reaction as such, but surely there's got to be some way to do it. Just solar powered rockets.
Well, you can, but I mean, how are you gonna
throw out mass?
Yeah, because that's essentially how a rocket works, isn't it?
Yeah. So I mean, to be fair, it just automatically wouldn't be a rocket, but a thing to get up high, very fast.
Yeah.
I mean, it would basically be a drone, wouldn't it? Just spinning the props.
Which is fine when you've got an atmosphere, but get beyond the atmosphere, and then you got a problem there, haven't you?
Yeah, true. I guess the idea would be I don't know, get up high enough so that the momentum just carries it on, until it just flops out. Comes back down.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also you wouldn't really want to be sort of like, you really wouldn't want to be like chucking out space debris that is like, lithium batteries and stuff, would you?
Yeah.
And sending like, a few like tons of like lithium batteries back through the atmosphere where it burns up. That could be nasty.
Yeah, it's true. Sorry, sorry to be so distracted while you were talking. I just noticed. So, you're very welcome, and hello. Is this a handsome channel? Indeed it is, sir. Well, welcome. Come on in. We're all handsome here, etc. God's sake. So SWC, are you going to buy the SpaceX IPO?
No.
Good. And blah, blah, blah.
I don't want to buy an IPO for a company that doesn't make any money, so like loses money continuously. It might be a good idea, but I don't know. I can't see it.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Tesla, which is kind of looking rather good, I think. Interesting that that retracement, it's on the 3-day, as you mentioned that, so that we have got a bullish retracement that started to draw there. I think it should still be drawing, I think.
Yeah.
Can't quite remember how that works, because obviously the price just kind of wicked down, so that may have stopped it out. I think there's a setting which is basically it's one of those little known settings that I actually forgot about. So, but keep plotting step 3. It hasn't got to step 3 yet. It's just on step 2 in any case. But yeah, so this is irrelevant in that case. But probably worth noting, if the retracing gets to step 3, then if the retrace candle is opposite, so in other words, so that comes down, so that should really now be on step 3 in plotting. But if the price retraces, but it's let's just go to this, it'll tell us for a bullish retracement, the price retraced but the candle is bearish, then it just keeps on going. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, you probably didn't mean it, and so you can tick and untick this one and obviously see how it affects the stats, which is a valuable thing to be able to see that. And then so generally, so that's on by default, because generally I found that on the majority of charts, including Bitcoin, that you get better results that way. But in any case, that's there to play around with, see what you can do. Anyway, bit of a segue about almost nothing.
We're going to have to shoot off soon, because we've got another appointment at 14:30, haven't we?
Oh, that's a good point, actually. Yeah. So fingers crossed that I don't get called out during that one. That isn't like my like blind date code. It's like, oh, is that a call? Oh, I must get this. It's.
I actually did that.
I might get a work call at some point, but I'm really hoping it isn't during that call. But we'll see.
I actually did that once, and it was like when it was about 20, I don't know, it was about 25 years ago, and I met the girl again at the weekend who I did it to, and I still feel guilty about it, actually, and yeah. Anyway, enough said about that.
To be fair, it must have been just like extremely bad to have warranted that, or was it more just like you didn't like her hairstyle or something like that?
She was just a bit too full on, and I just wanted it to be a casual thing, and sort of like I don't think that's what she intended, So
she's looking for a bit more of a one night stand.
Yeah. No, I think
once you like, it's none of my business, but
yeah. So I kind of thought the best way to do this is nip it in the bud. So it was a quick phone call to my mate, and like, or text to my mate, and then can you call me, and like, I still feel bad about it, and yeah. Anyway, right.
Kaz, just very quickly before we finish up. So, thank you, by the way, for saying certain indicator things either on the oscillator or chart or both to cater for result like that in different places. Yeah, because I was thinking about that before that. So I think it's basically talk about these settings, like that kind of thing, and that and so on, particularly for the super signals. I think to show them up there or down there. I mean, it's fair enough. People have different trading styles and ways of working with these things. So if we suddenly remove a feature, which in effect we'll be doing if we just moved the super apps from down there to up here, we're effectively removing a feature from the oscillator. So I totally get that. And also just kind of realized suddenly that it was going to be possible within the range of the plot series and so on. So it's fine and good. And talking of which, I must remove those from the chart because just personally I'm not too keen on those. And that's it. So doink. Yeah, all done I think, aren't we? That's that. Anything to chill?
I don't think I've got time.
Go get Quadzilla.
Yeah, definitely get Quadzilla. Yeah, savewith.crypto.org/QZ.
Join the Discord.
Join the Discord. The Discord is free. So do join the Discord. savewithcrypto.org/Discord.
Should just keep doing these.
Yeah, do like the stream as well, and wherever you're watching it, and do subscribe to the channel if you're not already. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe to a channel. If you don't like it, then just unsubscribe. But of course, you won't do that because you wouldn't be here if you didn't like it. That's what I'm thinking anyway.
Yeah,
and above all, tell your friends.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it shows multiple things. That's what I was getting confused then. So also do head over to Maftopia if you're not watching there already, which I don't think anybody is. So yeah, head over to Maftopia. We have all sorts of fascinating science and technology like videos, news and deep dives and things. And Say with Crypto often features in the videos as well. And that's that. And guess we're done.
Yeah, I think so. I think because we are doing something else at 2:30.
Yeah,
and it is to do with Tap Global actually. I think it should be good actually. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you everyone for coming along anyway and watching today. And it's been great having you all. Do click like on your way out. Thank you so much, Matt, for covering me at the start of that. I actually felt really bad. I thought, oh God, I've done it again. But thank you for covering me. That was fantastic. So what day is it? Thursday. Oh, okay, right. Well, see you tomorrow anyway. And probably same time, I reckon. Look forward to that. And meanwhile, trade safe and bye from me and him.
Likewise. Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.